The following videos will introduce you to sculpting facial anatomy in the Romanesque Greek style.
In this video, we're going to start working on the ear. So we're going to create this Greek style ear for the statue. And what I'm going to do is just using the draw, as you can see, I'm just going to pull that out. I'm just building it up a bit. I always find with the ear, just getting the position for the starting place is the hardest thing. What I tend to do is try and align it with the eyes. So you can see I'm trying to get it sort of just under the eyebrow, which is typically obviously where your ear would be. So I'm just going to the draw sharp tool just to sort of start the edge, and then I'll start pulling it out once I've drawn that edge in. I'll start pulling it out away from the ear. I'm just doing a bit of smoothing there, so just holding shift to smooth. So I'm going to go back to the snake tool, which is really handy, and I'm just starting to pull that out. So obviously your ear comes out and away. And just using the draw tool again, just to add a bit more depth, because of it's not quite enough there at the moment. And then typically once I've done that, I'll smooth. I tend to find the ear one of the trickiest parts when modelling a face. This is the method that I tend to use. I'm just holding control there just to push the skin back on the ear a little bit. And now I'm going to the crease tool to get that crease where your ear meets your head. And then I'm going back and using the grab tool just to pull it out a bit more. And then back to draw with control held to push it in. Back to the grab tool just for shaping again. See how my ear is relatively in line with the jawline. So I'm just going to draw again. I'm just trying to shape out the ear, trying to get that nice curve. And then, as you can see, we're going in here to start really sort of digging out the features of the ear using the draw brush. Remember, I'm holding control to push in. So what I'm doing here is I'm trying to put the ear canal in, and then once I've done that, I'll then pull that sort of bit of skin over that covers your ear canal. Obviously that's the protection for the ear canal. So you can see I'm pulling that out, and then I'm just going to start shaping more of the ear. Tends to be like a little lump there in your ear. Not sure I've got that quite the right position, but I'll keep moving on. So I'm just still shaping. Needs to build that up a little bit. And then you get this kind of Y shape here in the ear, even though obviously everybody's ear is different. It's just in this case that's the style I'm going for. But you can find lots of references for this online. Yeah, and that comes down just under there, and then into the earlobe. So obviously this part of your ear, the edge of your ear, tends to have this little bit carved out, and it sort of goes in there and all the way around the back there, which I'm trying to do now. As I said before, it's not the easiest area to sculpt the ear, so it's a tricky and complicated part of the body to sculpt. So I'm just building that up. Not quite got the position there quite yet. And I'm mainly just using the draw brush. Yeah, we're getting something like an ear. So I've just got a bit of shaping to do. So I'm just using the smooth, and I'm just going to try and smooth out that ear. I'm going to go back to the grab and just position this ear, get the size of it more like what I think it should look like for this character. I'm just going to pull it a little bit closer because it seems a little bit far away. And I'm just working on the general shape. You see I've taken quite a wide brush there. I'm just pulling it down because I can see when I was sculpting that I've kind of gone and pulled the ear sort of too far up. So I'm just moving that down so it's more in line with the eye. And I'm just obviously turning around just to see more of it. So back on the draw brush for some more shaping. Back to the grab tool. Just need to pull that ear out a bit more. It's currently looking a bit flat. That's a bit better, yeah. Pull it back a little bit actually. Yeah, I'm just going to pull that in because that skin looks like it's sort of coming away from the head. And then I just want to pull the actual ear at the back out, obviously a bit more just so it protrudes, and then push these parts in a smidge. Yeah, pull that out. It's looking a bit better now. I'm just going to draw this up a bit more. Just refining this more and more as I go. And then the back also looks a bit flat, so I'm just going to draw on smooth. Remember holding shift to smooth. And then just a little bit more shaping in there. So I'm just using the sharp brush there and then smoothing. I'm just going to go to grab again and just pull that ear into the head a bit more. It's looking better. Still using the grab, just push and pull around. And then back to smoothing. Lots of minor adjustments happening. I'm just trying to get these shapes in a bit more now using the draw brush. Working on where it enters the ear canal. I'm just going to grab and pull it up a bit. Just draw these in. That's great. Just a bit of smoothing there, and I just want to build that up. It doesn't quite look natural. There we go. Get that cover over the ear canal a bit more. Keep looking around your model just to see. I'm obviously following my reference, but your reference might be slightly different. So I'm just shaping that and rounding it out a bit more again. And I'm just pulling these out so the ears protrude a little bit more. And I can see that center part was pulling out a bit too much, so I've just pulled that back a bit. I'm just going to keep pulling it about until it looks right. And then again, I'm going to move that a little bit closer. There we go. That's already looking a bit better. Just by moving that a little bit closer, it's helping, I think. And then pulling it down a bit more again. Go back to draw brush, and I'm just going to fill this part in a bit more. Adding a bit more thickness. Bit of smoothing there as well. Just shaping the ear around. Let's have a look at your character. Yeah, so yeah, the Greek statue's definitely getting there. The position of the ear seems pretty good. As we've said before, it's always a good idea to just stop and have a proper look at your character for a second, just sort of see what you think might need adjusted. So I'm just going back to the grab tool. I'm just going to do some minor tweaks now. Just try and get the shaping a bit better. Pull this up so he's got more of an ear lobe, more definition. Yeah, I think the character is getting there now. We're certainly on the right track. Yeah, now I'm just having a look at these the eyebrows again, and obviously now I've got the ears in a bit better, I can just start making some final adjustments to the character. So I'm just making some tweaks to the eyes, just pulling that eyebrow down a little bit further, and maybe just close these up a little bit more. Make the Greek style character just a little bit less sort of bug-eyed, so I'm just making him a little bit smaller. Just minor adjustments now, just tweaking things just to make them look right. Just add to that crease. And then a bit of smoothing. Really trying to get that bottom eyelid a bit more defined. And the same down here. Just using the crease to define that top edge a bit more as well. And we're getting there now, aren't we? Back to the grab brush and just pulling this up a little bit further. Just going to use the scrape just to define that bottom edge again, because of you know, right now it's quite rounded. Just draw just to pull that out a little bit more. Just give a defined edge there, and then the crease brush, and then I'm holding, remember, Control to crease to create an edge rather than pushing the crease in, we're actually pulling a crease out just to give that eye a bit of a thickness to it. That eyelid a bit of a thickness to it, sorry. Right, and we're pretty much getting there now. That's looking a bit better. So just on the scrape brush now, just some minor adjustments. Go and a bit more smoothing, and we're, just helping to finish the look. So that's us pretty much done. So we've got the final character now, and as you can see, we've made all these Greek statue style features, and we've kind of made this incredible Greek statue with the really masculine look, almost alien too perfect, which I think is a really interesting final result. And what I've done is, after I finished working on this character, I actually used basically I retopologized the character so that I could add the marble effect that you've seen at the end. So I'm just making some final adjustments as I'm talking. Yeah, so everything here, obviously, that you're creating, you can make your own. This is just my method for creating characters, and as you can see, I never stop tweaking. I'm always making little changes, and sometimes you can go too far and make too many tweaks, and you actually think it looked better before you started. But sometimes I just can't stop myself. But there will come a point where you'll need to stop. But as I say, this character, obviously, base that I've given you, you'll be able to use for making any heads in future as well, without having to make that general starter. And as I was just saying, after retopology, which took me a while, I ended up with this result, and it was just so I was able to put the marble effect, so you can see how this character can look with the final result. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed the videos, and you've got a really good idea now of how to create some of the the main facial features, and obviously you could adapt this to any characters in future. So I really hope you've enjoyed this set of videos, and please subscribe, and also obviously leave me any comments if you enjoyed the video, and also maybe what you'd also like to see in future from this channel. So thanks for watching, everybody.